All right, guys, you made it to station 4, where focus is transition words. You probably just got to see my video about flow. So now you won't forget that word. What I'd like you to do next is I'd like you to take this handout right here. It's at the back of the classroom along with the glue stick and scissors. I want you to cut it in half. There's a kind of a natural break. Cut it in half. And you have a pretty long list of transition words. You're going to take your writer's journal, all right? You're going to open it up past your personal narrative, past your specific verbs, and you're going to find your next spread. 2 facing pages. I titled mine Transition Words. All right, just like Flo said, I'm going to add my glue sticks and I'm going to glue these in very quickly. All right, so now I have 2 great lists of transition words. Mine are glued in like this. I glued them in on the side. I can read them just up and down like that. What I noticed about transition words is they help you move from one thought or one idea to another. So the best place to look to add your transition words at the beginning of any new paragraph. So I have some new paragraphs here. The trouble started when. I have next. I have finally. I thought that. I'm looking, and kind of the blandest, most boring spots are the ones here. It said next and finally. Those are all examples of time or chronological order. So I'm going to zoom in on that, sort of. Okay. And they're listed under time and chronological order. And it gives me several examples. I have ones here that say things like, at the present time, from time to time, sooner or later, to begin with, in the meantime, in the first place, all of a sudden, or at that instance. If I look here when it says next, my inner tube flipped over, I think it would be a really cool idea if it said all of a sudden my inner tube flipped over. Transition words are usually separated from the sentence with a comma, so I'm just going to backspace where it says next, and I'm going to put all of the sudden. And now I have my transition word added here. Okay? All right, I'm going to highlight it in red. Red is kind of bright, so I may use a shade of red. So if I go up here, I'm looking at red, I'm just going to get this lighter color red all of a sudden. Now if I look at finally, the lifeguard picked me up out of the water. What could I kind of replace that with? So finally makes it sound like it was a long time. Later in my story I said that it was only a few seconds. So let me look at time in chronological order. I have immediately, quickly, finally. I like immediately. I also have instantly, all of a sudden. Ooh, I think if I'd either go instantly or the one there that says immediately. But I think if I have to decide, I'm going to go with instantly. It sounds quicker. Instantly. I'm going to highlight that one. I'm keeping my comma there. One of the main reasons we keep our commas there is transition words can actually be left out and it still be a good sentence. So if I put my finger over instantly and said the lifeguard picked me up out of the water, that's still a good sentence. A little boring. The transition word just helps add that flow from paragraph to paragraph. Feel free to flip through the transition words and see if there's another place that you feel like you could add in some flow. Maybe it's one paragraph, but you have 2 ideas and you want to connect them. Most of the time on this paper, you're going to use the time and chronological order ones, but you might use the examples or maybe even the conclusion ones. But now we have a great list to choose from. All right, you've added your transition words. Now, as long as you've added several things, I want you to actually read over this, see if there's anything else you want to add, and I also want you to read it with your side partner. And you guys make sure it has a lot of really good flow and everything sounds great. Okay, thanks. Bye.